Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Welcome to the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel from the heart of the Deep South on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama, where we talk about music, records, do record reviews, interviews, and much more. A lot of the music you're going to hear on this channel and see reviewed and see played on this channel, you're probably not going to see in a whole lot of other channels. I do needle drops on this channel. I really like to explore new music, new record releases, and a lot of those are jazz releases. So you're going to see a lot of those on this channel. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. I really appreciate you guys hanging out, but you're going to see a lot of needle drops on this channel. So I play a lot of the music for you guys, take a look at the records, let you know what the records sound like. And again, I do a lot of jazz, but today a little bit different. I'm going to be going and taking a look at one of my favorite bands, a record that I'm filling out my collection of this wonderful band called Porcupine Tree. Now, if you guys don't know who Porcupine Tree is, a band formed by Steven Wilson in 1987, which started off as a solo project of his. And with Steven Wilson, I really like his solo releases as well as the Porcupine Tree releases. But he started off this Porcupine Tree project as a solo, just with him, and then he added in some other people that he began collaborating with. Richard Barbieri is the keyboard player, Colin Edwin on bass, and Chris Maitland on drums. That was the first lineup, which I think held all the way until like 2002 when Maitland leaves and Gavin Harrison, who's a monster on the drums as well, comes in to replace him. But on this album here, it's one of the ones I did not have in my collection. And again, I'm slowly adding them in. I really like the songwriting by Steven Wilson and by the collaboration of these guys in the band as well. And I really like what Wilson does because he doesn't stay in one place. It doesn't get boring. He moves on. And even this band here, when you listen throughout, the 11 studio albums that they put out, which 1992 was the first one, all the way up until 2022, I think, was the latest one, the Closure Continuation, which is fantastic. All of them have a little bit of a different sound to them. This one right here is almost dead in the middle. So this is the fifth album, recorded in 1998, where Wilson, Barbieri, Edwin, and Maitland, they spent pretty much all in 1998 recording this album. This is more of a songwriter's album, and what I like, it's a kind of, to me, is a synthesis of all these great British bands. You can hear an element of the Beatles. You can hear element, to me, this is my own opinion, you kind of hear a little bit of ELO in there. But Wilson said he was also influenced by like the Beach Boys, Pet Sounds, and Todd Rundgren, and a lot of other bands. So I really like this. There's a lot of strong songwriting on here. I'm going to drop this on. We're going to play it. We're going to listen to it. This album is called Stupid Dream, if I didn't mention it already. Kind of a change of direction a bit for the band. They recorded this and we're not even on a label at this time. But once this record was finished, I guess they were signed with Snapper K-Scope label, and then released Stupid Dream in March of 1999. They did do a world tour following this album, and 3 singles came off of it: Piano Lesson, Stranger by the Minute, Pure Narcotic, which all kind of achieved mainstream exposure in the US and Europe. And in the UK, it, I think, charted on the independent radio or independent charts, and it did play on the radio. So we're going to actually listen to some songs off of here. I really like this album. Again, very melodic. Steven Wilson's always great at writing these great melodies, and a lot of cool textures on the album as well. These releases are always pretty nice releases here. Records are set just kind of inside here. They are in anti-static sleeves. So we're going to go ahead and clean these off with some distilled water. Here are your records. And let me see which one is side. Let's take these out and we'll take a look. Here you got a gatefold jacket with the lyrics inside, it looks like. So I'm just opening this up now. There's your songs here. We'll talk a little bit more about this. But if you're, if you like good songwriting, great catchy hooks, melodies, but yet not boring, not so repetitive where it gets boring like a lot of, pop music. And what's interesting about Porcupine Tree is you could call it pop music. This is the C and D here. It's a combination of pop music, rock music, heavy rock music, with all kinds of different things kind of thrown in the pot, which is what I like about Steven Wilson and what I like about this band. To me, it's just a lot of fun to listen to, and it's also an album experience. You know, I think if you watch any of the interviews with Steven Wilson, you know that he's a big fan of all these great albums, and he looks at music primarily from an album perspective. And, you know, with this day and age, that's kind of hard to do because everybody loves the playlists. They love pulling out a favorite song by this artist, by that artist, putting together playlists. And while that is okay, you know, if you're on a road trip or something, maybe you want to hear a bunch of different songs that kind of fit your road trip style. It's a nice thing to do, you know, keep you kind of driving on the road type thing. But when you're at home, to me, and you really want to listen to a record, I don't want to just drop the needle in the middle and hear my favorite song. I like to have an album that plays as an album. And to me, that's where Steven Wilson is, in my opinion, kind of a genius at doing. You know, and again, they all have their own sound, and you're going to hear what this one sounds like here. If you haven't heard this album before, it's worth checking out for sure. So something a little different today, folks. I appreciate you guys hanging out, listening to these records. And again, I like to listen to different things. It's not just jazz. All right, so here we go. First song is called Even Less, which is a really catchy tune. All the songs on this album are pretty catchy. In my opinion, they're just really cool hooks, nice melodies. There's nice layered textures in here with the keyboards and the guitars, the drums, the bass. You got a lot of cool things going on here. Synthesizers, even samples and things going on. And that's why I'm just a big fan of this band. So to me, this, you know, coming out in 1999, to me it sounds a bit different than some of the stuff that was coming out then, in my opinion. Dynamics. I like the vocals on this are nice. And again, you hear all these textures, different things going on. Nice sounding record.
A body is washed up on the Norfolk beach. He was a friend that I could not reach.
Yeah, sounds great.
He thought I was cold, but I understand. But for the grace of God goes another man.
Great mix. I mean, this sounds fantastic. Definitely an audiophile sound here. Really nice recording. it's just got that nice mixture of, yeah, this heaviness, but yet very melodic, almost Beatles-esque in certain places. Almost Pink Floyd-ish in other places, right? Cool acoustic guitar in there, just beautiful recording. To me, this is one of these ones you just sit back and just absorb and just enjoy, you know? Listen to it all the way through. Clean off the other record. Guitar sound fantastic. You know, you got your kind of prog elements in there too, even though I wouldn't say it's really a prog record. Guitar sounds fantastic, the guitar solo here. Again, you gotta love the dynamics. Another thing I like about this is the way the songs flow into one another. And again, Stephen looks at everything from an album perspective, at least when you hear him in his interviews. It seems that that's kind of his approach. He's always looking at putting together an album and how everything flows together. And I like the way that this album works that way, the way it flows into the next tune, and it really just makes a wonderful listening experience all the way through the record, through the album. To me, it's truly an album experience. You can hear the different samples and things. Next song called Piano Lessons.
2 1 1 0 8 1 0 5.
I'll let a little bit of this play before I flip it over. Really want to let the whole album play. We'd be here for an hour and a half or whatever. So I hate to break it up, but yeah, great sounding album. I mean, this nice, warm, got depth to it. Another thing I like is his use of effects. I mean, he's, to me, Steven Wilson is a master at using the studio as an instrument. So really kind of taking from, you know, the Beatles and ELO and all these different bands, in my opinion, that really took the studio use to different levels with different types of effects and cool things. And he does a really great job with that, especially, you know, on all these Porcupine Tree albums. To me, are fantastic. So what I'm going to do is flip it over. We're going to play a song off the other side. I'm going to play at least one song off of all four sides of this record, just to kind of give you an idea of what it sounds like. I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that. Again, a lot of great reviews coming your way. So far, the record's been flat, a tiny bit of surface noise maybe here and there, nothing crazy. This one's called Slave Called Shiver. And again, it's just a wonderful listening experience all the way through. Not a bad song on the album. About an average jacket.
I found a better way to cut the pain. You put a trigger here inside my brain. But I need her. I'm falling apart.
For a recording, you know, to me, this kind of a recording, there's nothing harsh sounding here. It's all very, very warm sounding, and you have a lot of textures and depth to this. So, great. You can hear even when it, you know, it's cranking, it doesn't muddy up the bass. You can still hear the bass coming through with all the guitar textures and different things. It's mixed very well. You've got a really nice, wide, deep sound stage, so it's a really nice, really well done. Awesome. I'm gonna bring it down, put on a song off side C and then D, and just to kind of give you guys a quick snapshot of the record, the album. All right, let's put on side C. So far, the record's been pretty quiet. They're flat, or that one's flat. Let's see, make sure to see how this one is. This one looks flat too. Fairly quiet. Nice, beautiful record. I would say this is definitely an audiophile recording here. Sounds fantastic. This one's called This Is No Rehearsal, which is a pretty cool tune. I really like this. Recorded at two different studios. Recorded at Full Studio in Wales and at No Man's Land in Hemel Hempstead, England, January through November of '98. So they worked on this almost an entire year. And the orchestra that's on here was recorded at Cedar Arts Centre in Derby, England. So album was produced by Steven Wilson himself. New stereo mixes by Steven Wilson at No Man's Land in 2005. Mastered by Steven Wilson as well at No Man's Land. Did a great job. Got the guitars panning back and forth. Love the change in tempo there. Nice, just love that. Cool. To me, that's very Beatles-esque. Nice layered vocals. Sounds really nice. you an idea there. I'm going to flip it over, put on side D, and close out the video. Wonderful album. Great mixture of pop, heavy rock. Really just great album in my opinion. All right. This right here is the first song on side D. Tinto Brass. Here on this side. So I still got several more to pick up. I've got to think about half the collection, so slowly getting there. On vinyl, I pretty much have all of them, I think, on CD. All right, folks. Appreciate you guys joining me. I got a lot of records coming up to review for you guys, so please stay tuned. A lot of great music coming your way and interviews. All right, Porcupine Tree for you. Stupid Dream, 1999. See you guys on the next video. Take care. Happy listening.